Preparedness or paranoia. Every now and then I'll get a comment stating that the gear and approach I cover in my videos are overkill. Okay, that comment is fair enough, but let's look at the terms upon which that assumption is hinged. At present, most of us live with a great degree of support from both federal and local agencies. Just think about it for a moment. We all enjoy federal and local law enforcement protection. We also enjoy state and local firefighters. For food, most of us rely on a complex network of growers, distributors, and local suppliers to provide us our daily sustenance. Most of us likewise depend on a whole slew of public utilities, like water, for example, with which to take showers, brush our teeth, boil water to cook, wash dishes, flush the toilet, water the lawn, and so forth. And how about electricity? Not only do we need it to run the appliances in our house, but it powers most of the fixtures at our work sites as well. And for some, it even powers the electric train on which one daily gets to and from work. But maybe you drive to work. Okay, well, those handy traffic lights as well as those comforting street lights are all powered by an extensive electric infrastructure. And if you post videos on YouTube, like I do, electricity powers the massive mainframe and network computers that make even this very video possible to begin with. All these services and much more are integrated into our daily lives at every level, and we come to assume them as a given. However, when they go, our infrastructure and our way of life goes as well. And when our way of life goes, individuals who've grown overly dependent on it begin to shudder. Give it a few weeks or months, and they begin to riot. And that's the unfettered truth, folks, plain and simple. What survivalist and preparedness-oriented individuals are simply calling for is a reasonable level of preparation. By stepping outside of the infrastructure's web of convenience and becoming your own grocer, your own source of electricity, and your own personal protection force, you are in essence asserting your right to independence and self-reliance. More importantly, you are asserting the right of your family to become independent and self-reliant as well. And that really is the crux of survival studies. That is, survival in and of itself is ensuring that our families and loved ones will not only survive the initial chaos, but the ensuing long-term trials as well. So one question to ask at this juncture is this: exactly how does one distinguish between preparedness and paranoia? That's a fair question. Well, let me begin to answer that by examining another important safeguard that we all live with, and that is insurance. We all have it in one form or another. Home insurance, car insurance, health insurance, as well as fire, earthquake, and flood insurance options to boot. So here's something to consider. Does purchasing these aforementioned forms of insurance likewise constitute a similar type of paranoia? If it does, many states have in fact instituted this so-called paranoia into our very laws themselves. For example, if you're buying a house and financing it through a bank, you won't be able to close that loan unless you show proof of insurance to that lender. If you're buying a new car, for example, in most states you won't even be able to drive it off the lot without procuring proper insurance as well. And if you're planning on attending college soon, well, many universities today are now requiring that you either purchase their health insurance plan up to $1,000 per semester or show proof of a previously purchased plan of equal or better value. No health plan, no registering for classes for you. Now, isn't it funny how we as a society can so readily abide by the well-meaning safeguards that federal or state agencies have deemed necessary for us, but we still become uneasy when our fellow citizens establish and stock their own emergency-based provisions? We somehow have come to regard preppers as unreasonably vigilant or even radical. Listen, if given a choice, I will invariably opt to oversee and design the terms of my own survival capabilities each and every time and in every situation. After all, who is more qualified to ascertain the exact nature of my situation, my needed resources, and my family's requirements? If not me, then who? Hey, if it makes others feel better, they can hereby regard my home defense weapons as a home invasion insurance policy, funded and secured by me. Call my emergency medical supplies disaster HMO policy, funded and secured by me as well. And call my home garden and food storage preps food relief program, funded and secured by me. Hey, you might as well go ahead and call my MRE's Meals on Wheels when I'm getting the hell out of Dodge in my bug-out vehicle. Bottom line, we all must at one point decide who will design and dictate the terms of our own survival, be it on the battlefield or in our own residences. It is incumbent upon every individual to make this choice, and not deciding this is, in the end, surrendering this choice to a bureaucratically challenged government or corporate agency that may not appreciate the actual and real-time particulars of your survival dilemma. Remember that. That's because they were never designed to, and I trust we all realize that at some level. Only you can fully appreciate, determine, and define for yourself and your family the means and measures that will unquestionably ensure their long-term safety in a crisis situation. That charge is yours and yours only. It always has been and always will be. So back to our original question. Preparedness or paranoia? Which one is it? I'll let you settle that question on your own. As for me, I just consider myself an everyday, self-accountable citizen who is redesigning the terms and capabilities of my own insurance policies. It's my right, and more than that, it's my inherent responsibility. Remember, as the old saying goes, you're in good hands with... Well, I'll let you fill in the blank yourself. Okay, this is Analytical Survival saying, stay safe, my brothers and sisters.